Hi guys, so let's now talk about how the class is going to run. So let's get to our class first. Let's hit the LSC online, and we'll get to the online page, click class login, and then however you log in, I'm going to go the back way. And then come to your course. Now I'm teaching a couple of this and I'm a couple classes, so I'm just going to pick one of them, but you're going to come to your class. And then I'm going to switch and look at this as if I were a student. You can hit the start button here, or you can go to the content. And so let's look here and let's talk a little bit about what the class is going to entail for this semester, and then what you should be doing this week. And so if you look over here, you see there's the introduction of course, and you've already come over here, hopefully, and you have clicked and you've watched the syllabus review. If you have not watched the syllabus review, please do that. And if you need to know where the syllabus is at any point, you can come over to here to this overview link, and your syllabus is right in here for you to witness. Now let's go back to the intro course. Now, of course, this is going to be the second tab. I'm making this video right now, so you don't see it here. And then what you're going to want to do this week is this good intro. You're going to make an introduction for the class so that we can learn to see who you are. And if you copy and paste this link and you paste it into a web browser, you'll hit click and boom. You'll be able to witness my video so you can get some ideas on how to make it, because I've generated mine so you can learn a little bit about me, and you can kind of get some ideas of what you could put into your video. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. So that's one of the things that you're going to be doing, and that's going to be 5 points of exam 1. Now this week also, and this is all about the introduction to the course component, that's for week 1 that was on your syllabus. You're going to come over here and you're going to hit. And so I'm asking that everybody, all my students, come see me the first 2 weeks of class and pop into my office hours at some point. So what you're going to do is you can either do this week or next week, and you pop here, and this is going to open to a Google Doc. All the areas that are green in here are areas that I can see you. The red are essentially areas that, sorry guys, I'm teaching or something, so I cannot meet with you during those times. And you're just going to kind of click onto one of these boxes, and you're going to put your name. And then say this is at 11:30, you're going to write 11:30 in here. Because each time frame, I'm giving about 15 minutes. You're probably asking, or you're thinking, I don't have time to do this. This is crazy. I just don't want to go see her. But this is really important, because this is going to do a couple things for you guys. A, it's going to make you have to find my office, so that when there comes a time where you seriously need to see me and you know what my office hours are, it's going to make it really easy for you to find me. The second thing it's going to do, it's going to start communication between me and you. I know I only see you guys 3 hours a week. You don't get that time, that extra 3 hours or whatever, for face-to-face. I really want to get to know you. I'm going to be able to do this through this little introduction, but I want to be able to talk to you in my office, and I want you to know what my office feels like, who I am, and kind of get that communication the first couple weeks. I'm allocating 15 minutes, but you don't need to stay in there that long. Just come in and say hi to me. Plus, you'll kind of get an idea where I am, because I am your PTK advisor. If you're interested in that, you can come and talk to me about that. I'll stay with you as long if there's someone immediately after you, then if you can wait a few minutes, you can come back in and talk to me. I will talk to you however long you want to talk. I am a talker. But yeah, if you see the areas that are grayed, those are areas that I'm available, but I'm not on campus. So if you want to be in one of those areas, You can sign up for those. It's just you are going to have to get me to approve it, which means I will send you an email that says I approve that time. If not, just put your name into one of the green areas and I will see you. So that's one of the things that you're going to want to do this week for getting ready for the class. Now, this next link right here, Hotspot times, there's nothing here yet because I need to get with Juanita after the end of the first or second week. And what the science hotspot is this is an area that is on the 6th floor, and it's going to be an area that has computers. It has iPads. It has the book. It's also going to have time where its student tutors are in there. And I am actually in there along with other professors that tutor. Science is both hard sciences and social sciences. So you can go in there, and if you're taking any biology class, you can get biology help, you can get physics help, you can get chemistry help, you can get government help, you can get history help. There's tons of faculty that are in there and student tutors. So please utilize it. And it's supposed to be different than a one-on-one tutor. It's supposed to be group tutoring. So you get in there and you can actually make friends and get to learn about people that may not just be in your class, but other classes. Now, if you go to the next link, that's student success links. And these are both links on how to study anatomy without losing your sanity, and how to use your textbook, basically how to read your textbook. And over the course of the semester, I'm going to put more here. And I'm also going to put an extra credit link in here. You can use it. You just send me your report later. It does cost $4.50. It's worth 5 points of extra credit on one of your exams. And basically, it takes about 30 minutes, and you answer a bunch of questions based on what you do when you study. And then what it's going to do, it's going to give you a report on things that you're good at and things you need to work on. And then I'm going to give you the information on who you can see later that can help you work on those areas that you're deficit in. Now, of course, here's your mastering A&P information again, and I talked about how you can go through there. Of course, if you click on here, this is the video. Ooh, it's not there. I'm going to have to go. There's going to be a video there. And this is going to get you started. And it's taken a long time to load. But this is going to give you your mastering and give you the text to look through it. So those are both there, and I will update that video. And then, of course, here in a second when we actually get to it, here is your Mastering A&P homework site, and we're going to go to that here in a second. Now, the laboratory is face-to-face, right? And so if you go on each one of these are the sheets that you need to print and staple to the front of your lab assignments. And what they are, if you look, it tells you Lab Assignment 1 Preparatory. Before Lab Practical 1, you're going to do this, which means when you come to take the lab practical, you're going to hand this in before we do the lab practical. And it's worth 22.5 points, and I do not accept these late. You'll need to complete all of these assignments, and you must submit them together in this order, guys. Not the order that it's actually put together, like essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, all of that. Not in that, but actually on. So if you notice, this is the stuff you're going to complete at home. So all the stuff you complete at home, you're going to put in order of the beginning of the book to the end. And then if you go down to the end of this, you're going to notice, let me go out here, that this is the stuff that we're completing in the lab. And so do not just put page 1 through 115 stacked together, stapled with this on front. I will not grade it. I won't grade it at all. I will tell you it's not in order. I will give it back to you, and you'll have that class period to put it in order and resubmit it, and you lose 5 points for not putting it in the correct order. So you're going to put it in order, page 2 to 4, and then 23 to 26, and then on here, page 32 to 36. And look, if I get the numbering slightly off, I'm sorry. Look at the name, check your pre-labs 1-1 and 1-2, and then check your recall 1. That's the order you're going to put it in, and then you're going to submit that. And I have those there for all the laboratory assignments there. Now you have 4 lab practicals, and if you go on here, every single lab practical has a lab practical review. As you see though, it doesn't give you a pre-made review with all the answers. You need to make this yourself. It's telling you what to look over, and this is where I say this is great to take pictures during the lab practical. And then when you go through it, you can take a PowerPoint and then go the directional term and then take a picture of the directional term that's say mid-sagittal, which is cutting your body down the middle from left to right. And you can put that into a PowerPoint, and then you can have that to study. Anyway, all of those lab practicals are there, ready for you. Now I have added some videos on here. So there's some videos on how to understand some of the anatomical terms. There's quite a few of them, so I would watch that. Body cavities and help with histology. This is going to be a huge lifesaver for you. So please watch this video. It will help you. Watch it before you come in for Unit 6 when it's the tissue section for the lab. It's gonna do wonders. And then of course there's some additional links. This is to a free course that can help. Now let's go through here and let me tell you how you should do each unit to help you better understand. So when you come to these units here, what you should do first is you should actually read the chapter. Go through it, go section by section. And before you read the chapter though, print out the PowerPoint lecture, and then these are lecture notes that go with the PowerPoint lecture, right? And then you're going to look through it and you're going to go through it. Now I'm going to be in the process of trying to make videos for each unit. I can't promise that they'll be there all the time, but I'm going to do the best I can. But what I've done to help you, if you don't get the videos that I make personally, you have all these helpful videos about the topics that I think are the most important in the unit and review those concepts, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to read the chapter, you're going to look at the PowerPoint and the lecture, and then you're going to watch the videos. And then what you're going to do is once you watch the videos, you are going to go to your mastering. So let's go to mastering. So go to a different class. So this is what your mastering is going to look like. And so you can do one of two things. You can look here on this calendar for your due dates. And yes, there's a lot of them. A lot of assignments. But some of them aren't, not all of them are exceedingly hard. Or you can come over here to assignments. And this is going to put them, you can do them like here is by due date. So for instance, the very first thing you're looking at is your, let's go back to content and let's look at the stuff for week 1, okay? So after you print your PowerPoint out, you look through there, you write the notes onto the PowerPoint, you watch the videos, you're gonna come and the very first thing you're gonna do is the dynamic study module. And this is for chapter 1. So you're gonna come into here, you're gonna look for dynamic study modules, which is what these are. And you're gonna look and you're gonna go chapter 1, and then you're going to look for module 1, which is right here. And then you're going to click on this. And let's look at the student view here. So you're going to get them, and they're going to be a bunch of questions, right? And so these are going to be questions for 1.01 through 1.02. So you're going to go match the following. The endocrine system. So you're going to go, which of these are for the endocrine system? Well, I think it's going to be, I'm pretty sure that it has something to do with the pituitary and the thyroid. I'm going to say I don't think it's sperm. Don't think it's kidney. If maybe you are deciding between 2, then you can click 2, and this is saying I'm unsure. It could be between these 2, or it's between these 2, or if you're 100% sure, you just click 1, and then you're going to submit. And here it's going to say, congratulations, you just completed the first question, and it's green, so it's right. So then you're going to go to the next question. You're going the integumentary system. Now this, I don't know. So then I'm going to submit it. And as you can see right here, it's going to give you a different color. This is because you've gone through it and you didn't know the answer. The next question, the human body as a whole is enclosed and protected by the integumentary system, right? This is an example of a necessary life function. Select the correct function for the list below. So I'm going to think that if the integumentary system encloses and protects the human body, I'm going to say then it's probably maybe it's going to maintain boundaries. Maybe it's something for homeostasis. I'm not sure. And then you can, of course, say, okay, well, you're unsure, but 1 is correct. So maybe, later we'll figure out. But as you can see, it's still a slightly different question or color. So you're going to keep going through these. But the great thing is it doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong. At the end of this, you get full credit just for doing it. This is basically, and you can use the book while you're doing this. This should be you using this with your book to study and learn the section. So that is basically the dynamic study module. So that's what you should be doing first. And then you're going to go back to the assignment section. And then you're going to do the homework. Now, realize the study modules, you have chapter 1, you have chapter 1, module 2, you have chapter 1, module 3. So you have quite a few of those. But like I said, those are just to help you study. And then you're going to go into unit 1, which is chapter 1. You'll see the student view here. And then they have all these different questions. So you're going to click on the question. And on here, it says the regulation of body temperature is an example of what type of homeostatic control. So, if I'm going to look through here, I should have done all the dynamic study modules. I'm going to say it's positive. Well, no, maybe it's negative. So I'm going to submit. And it's going to say correct, and it's going to give you a little bit of information on this. And you're going to go, okay, I got it right. So I'm going to go to the next question. An element that has an atomic number of 17 and a mass of 35. How many protons, neutrons, and electrons does that element have? So I'm just going to click here. 18 protons, 18 neutrons, and 17 electrons. And then it's going to say, nope, you're incorrect. And it's going to give you a hint. Atomic number is equal to the number of protons in the atom. So we're going to go, okay, that means one of these has to be correct. So I'm going to click this one and submit again. Oops, it's still wrong, but we still have 4 attempts, right? And so it's going to give you some more information. Mass number is equal to the number of protons plus the number of neutrons, right? And so, it's like my answer, it's showing you this. So it's deducted here 33%. It's deducted 33% from just that question, right? And so the last one, I'm going to go here. Again, not right, so it must be this one. Correct. It's probably going to go. So you're going to give on here, and it's going to show you, each time you've submitted it, it's taken out. So you've lost, some credit, but you still have some left, right? Then you can go back and go to the next question. So, and this is true and false, right? So you have a bunch of different types here. You have some that you'll watch videos, and at the end, they'll give you a summary. So you can go and you can do this for each section, right? And that's what you're required to do. Now it shows you on here when stuff is due. So you have all these dynamic study modules, and then you have the 4 units of homework. And so you're going to have that for each one, and it tells you right here, dynamic study modules and homework activities for this unit are due Sunday, February 5th at 11:59. Then you can come over here, right? And it's telling you, okay, this is unit 2. So what are you going to do? Well, on here, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come down here, you're going to print out your PowerPoint, you're going to print out your unit lecture notes, you're going to read the chapters, you're going to watch the videos, then you're going to do the dynamic study modules, and then the homework. So that's what you're basically going to do for each unit. So now let's go. You've actually finished 4 units. You kind of understand how mastering works. Now, just to let you know, there is an introduction here. So you should be doing this introduction to mastering A&P. This is due on the 29th. So today's the 17th. I would tell you to do it this week. Don't wait till the last minute, because you're not going to want to do all these study modules the last week. So now let's get here, and we have our first exam, right? Well, this first exam, you have till February 12th to take it, and you can take it one of 2 ways. You can go and get it proctored, and so you can click this, and it tells all about proctoring exams and what you need to do, right? So if you're going to any of the testing centers, you can go to any Lone Star testing center, whichever one is closest to you. And it tells you the information right here, where they're located, right? And you can click on them to get more information. So this is the Parcc assessment. Let's see. So on here, the assessment center, and this is for University Park, right? It's in building 13, room 240. You can call them, you can contact them. No test will begin within 1 hour of closing. That's how most of them work. The last hour is reserved for closing out exams that are already in progress. And these are the times, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 8. So you will not want to go in there any later than 8 o'clock. Honestly, you don't want to go in there any later than 6, because you have 2 hours to take the exam. Friday, 8 to 4:30, so you won't want to get in there really anytime after 2:30. And Saturday from 8 to 3, you won't want to get there after 1 o'clock. Realized it's closed on Sunday. And that is just for University Park. If you're going to any other testing center, just look under there and get the information for yourself. Let's see. Oops. Let me get in. I got out. So let me go back to the test. So you can do it that way. You can go and actually go on campus and take it. You can take it at home. Realize if you take it at home and something happens with your computer and it fails, there is absolutely nothing I can do. Now, if you can get your computer back up quickly, you can sign back into the test. But if it completely crashes and there's no way for you to complete it, And it's on your side. It had something to do with your computer, your internet, not something that has to do with Lone Star. If it's anything to do with Lone Star servers or D2L or anything like that, I will open it back up and give you the opportunity. But if it has to do with something with your exam, you will need to just handle whatever questions you don't get to if you can't get in there, because there's no way that I can end up tracing back mistakes that happen at home. It doesn't happen very often, but it can, right? So you are required to have a stable internet connection, and you'll be required to download Respondus and have a webcam. So again, you can click on here, and for online exams, it tells you exactly here you need a photo ID, the instructor's name, and the course. Here is the lockdown browser. The lockdown browser makes it so you can't open any other kind of browser. Now realize they are taking video, and there's an algorithm that's associated with this program. Now, if you're trying to use other computers behind your computer to cheat, I know that can happen. Don't do it, because if you're not looking at the computer, you're looking off to the side, it will catch those kind of things, and it will inform me, and I will go look at the exam. And if I suspect at all that you're cheating, you will get a 0. If there's a lot of cheating happening, there is a proctoring service that I can put through, that I can start using, that it actually will cost you $25 or more per exam to take them, because you actually have someone watching you the whole time versus video recording. I don't like to do that because I believe it's expensive, and it makes it harder for students that are on a limited budget to be able to take internet courses. So please, please, please have dignity and don't cheat. If you have any problems with anything on your computer, please do not contact me for technical assistance. I cannot help you. You need to call OTS. Either call them or email them with your concerns. And this tells you exactly, you have 2 hours for this exam, 120 minutes, and it covers units 1 through 4, and it has 82 questions. All exams will incorporate true, false, multiple choice, fill in the blank, and essay, except for the final exam will not include essay. Please read all the questions carefully. And yeah, you just click through here once you get your Respondus, and it comes in here, and you'll notice it's worth 100, and you can essentially click quiz setup and get in through there. So your grades on here will be exported out into your gradebook. Now, to let you know, your gradebook won't include will include your multiple choice and true and false and all those questions immediately, but I will have to answer the essay question later. I do not answer essay questions until everybody has taken the exam. So once it closes that Sunday night, I will start grading it that next Monday. And so you can find those there. I will put lab practical and lab assignment grades in. But realize mastering homework and dynamic study modules, those get released in your mastering A&P under your gradebook. And once you're done for the whole semester, that's when I'll actually average those grades and put it into your D2L. So those won't be actually put into this until the end of the semester. Get out of here. So you can go through here and you can see basically how the class is set up. And if you have any questions at all throughout the course, do not hesitate to contact me. And you can contact me through going to the email here and composing an email right here through D2L, right? This is the best way to communicate with me. So for this week, it is week 1. So you will want to do all the introduction to course. You will find your syllabus quiz actually within here once I've put that together here in the next day. So you'll want to watch the syllabus review again. Read your syllabus, please. Please read your syllabus. You've watched this video. You'll do this introduction. That is basically an introduction. Tell me about yourself. You'll do the syllabus quiz, and that'll get you through the introduction to the course. You'll schedule a time to meet with me for the next 2 weeks, and then you'll start working on Unit 1. And all of that is what you will be required to do for this week. So best of luck. I'm excited to see you guys on Wednesday. And if you have any questions, please feel free to D2L me or text me. Bye, guys.